Hello สวัสดีครับผมชื่อเดวิดนะครับผมชื่อเดวิดคนเป็นเยอรมันนะครับพูดภาษาเยอรมันได้ไหมครับได้พูดภาษาอังกฤษได้ไหมครับ Okay, I'm sorry, that's all my Thai so far. Apart from maybe Tini Plot Pai Titawaina Mai, I learned this too, but that's all I learned so far. I have to admit I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit scared because I speak in front of so many people. That is scary for me in a room like this. But also, I am scared because of what I heard today. You know, I learned today that robots will cook my scrambled eggs with rice. I don't like that. And I don't like the idea that robots or computers will write my emails. I don't like that. It's very scary. It's scary that maybe all these people who are driving cars today in Bangkok, taxi drivers, will lose their jobs because robots will do it. It was very scary to learn that computers will write the poems we will read. I don't like that. And I learned today that computers will play instruments. I don't know if I like that. And I learned, for instance, that degrees are worth nothing. I mean, we are working in schools to handle over degrees to kids so that they can have a future. And now people from California at Google say, hey, degrees don't matter. I think this is scary. I'm scared. I wonder, do you believe that you will be capable after this event here to make your students ready for this kind of world? If you feel so, could you please raise your hand? Do you feel you can make someone over there? Oh, there are two people over there. Three, very good. I want to have your business cards later, so I want to visit you in your schools. But most of you don't. This is scary. This is scary. I'm scared. You know, it's also hard what you heard here. I have the same impression in Germany. When a lot of teachers or head teachers are coming together, other peoples are coming and telling them, you have to change. You have to change. What you're doing is wrong. You're part of the old model. You're teaching it the old way. Everything has to change. And I believe now you'll drive home in your schools, maybe in rural areas. You learned about self-driving cars, about machines that are, doing scrambled eggs with rice. And then you go to your school where maybe kids don't even have the money to pay for shoes, where there is maybe no electricity or sometimes no electricity, where water is not running properly. And maybe you will ask yourself, how does this fit together? I mean, self-driving cars and my school. I know that not all of you come from these schools, but I guess I saw many schools in rural areas in Thailand, and I assume many of you come from schools and you live in a reality that is not totally connected to what you saw here, as we were living in two different worlds. And then you learn about a student B. You all said, we're creating student A's, but we have to do student B's. We have to shift our culture. There must be a new pedagogy, and you have to be a new teacher, a new kind of teacher, a new kind of leader, a problem solver, a lifelong learner. I would be very afraid. I would be very afraid if I were you. And I just want to talk to you, and that is what I want to do now. I want to tell you, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because fear is never a good companion. being afraid does not help much. Maybe there is something, there is an ally you can work with. There is an ally you can work with in every child to foster what we learned today. And I want to talk about this. And for that, I want to show you something. I want to show you this little girl. I found it recently on the web. There is no sound, but sound is not so important. Look at this girl. Can you see this? Can you see her? She's trying very hard, right? Can she make it? I don't know. Why does she not stop? Shouldn't she stop? Okay. Again? Should I? Do you want to know? Are you curious? Will she make it? Do you want to know if she makes it? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. Let's look at this. Yay, very good. I want to talk about this. It doesn't matter if your school is rich or poor. It doesn't matter if you are in a rural area or if you are in a city. There is a resource in every child, and that is this resource. I didn't hear this word today one single time. I learned very interesting words that described it. A few seconds ago, I learned the word interest-driven creator. Sounds fantastic. It's a good thing. But what is it at the end? It's curiosity. It's curiosity. And there must be any reason why Kuntawan invited a German, because we have a German word for curiosity that refers to a bigger picture. And this is the word. We have terrible words in German. You would have difficulties to speak out. It's not a nasty word. Don't be afraid. It's pronounced Neugier. Could you say this with me for a second? Neugier. Neugier. It's beautiful, right? It sounds beautiful. What does it mean? Actually, it's two words. We in Germany, we like to combine words. So we can combine 7 words together so that they're so long. And these are only 2. It is neu and Begierde. And it means this, longing for the new. Isn't this more beautiful than curiosity, what comes from Latin, curiositas? Longing for the new. I think this is very nice, longing for the new, or the desire for the new. And I think there is a broader sense in this, like that you could say it's not about just cognitively understanding something. It is about achieving something. It is the wish to master something you believed before you couldn't. You experience this all. You all know what curiosity is, You know that curiosity can make you forget the cold, can make you forget the warm. Curiosity takes tiredness away. Curiosity is something very powerful, and you all know what it is. You all know what it is. I would not say that curiosity, that everything in education is about curiosity. I met a lot of people who said, you know what, at the end, it's not the curriculum, it's not whatever, as long as students are curious, everything is okay. I don't believe that this is true, because we can achieve a lot without curiosity. I believe in most of the schools in the world, curiosity is not in the center. But we still achieve, look around, we achieve a lot of things. But I believe if we can tap into this resource, everything is easier. And without, everything is harder. So I just believe curiosity could be our ally. And I think curiosity is an antidote to the things that are always when it comes to learning, that are there always when it comes to learning. Frustration, boredom. We know that school is the place for frustration and boredom. This is the place where we learn to deal with it so that we can deal with the frustration and the boredom we will experience in the rest of our lives. So I believe we adults, we often forget the value of curiosity. And that's very rational because we adults, we collect so many experiences that are helpful that it would be risky to get away from them. So after some time, we are entrapped in our own experiences and we are happy with them. And then we see curiosity means risk. If you want to be curious, you have to take risks. And the older we get, the less risk we want to take. And that is very, very, very rational. Unfortunately, it is different with children because they are not entrapped in their experiences yet. They are curious by their nature. I have 3 sons, so I should know, but I believe it's all around the world the same thing. I never met a child that was not visibly curious. You know, absolutely focused to find things out, to master things. So I believe we have a beautiful resource in children, and I believe curiosity is our friend. It should be the best friend of the teacher. It should be the partner of every head teacher. I think ministries should embrace curiosity, but I believe they never do. I talked to a lot of ministries, also here in Thailand, they never mention curiosity, as if it didn't exist. I'm sorry, by the way, curiosity was in Ken K's presentation. It was level 4. Can you remember, Ken? There was this 4 levels of, I wrote it down. You brought from the school this category, and level 4 there was curiosity. So I have to apologize, it was me. I don't want to say that curiosity is something else than the 4 C's, not at all. It can boost critical thinking. Curiosity can lead into open-hearted communication. Curiosity will make us collaborate because we will achieve more. And it can unleash creativity. There is no doubt about that. So I don't want to present this as an alternative. I want to present it as something you know, something that exists in all your schools, a resource you can use, something you really know that is maybe closer to you than a self-driving car or a computer that plays Go better than a human. So maybe you think, hey, why don't we just use curiosity? It seems to be a good thing, a good concept. Let's just tap into this. Curiosity, let's make it an ally. But there is a problem. You cannot tame curiosity. You cannot tame curiosity. When I wrote my talk, I asked myself, is curiosity a she or a he? Is it yin or yang, as Kun Tawan said today? Is it on the left side or the right side? Maybe more on the right side. I think curiosity gets easily intimidated. It can be cut short very easily. I will tell you a few things what curiosity suppresses. What kills curiosity? People ask you things, but things they already know. That's very bad for curiosity. And do you know, this is happening in school every day. I sometimes realize this is very rude. Normally people wouldn't ask you things they know the answer of already. The school is the only place on earth where this happens all the time. Someone who knows the answer asks other people to find the answer. or being restricted within academic subjects, narrow academic subjects, being driven by extrinsic instructions like grades, or having to consume passively, knowledge passively, or fear of doing something wrong. Maybe this sounds familiar to you. At least it will sound familiar to Ken Kay, because most of these points are from his book. I think it sounds familiar because you will find these things in many schools. And I believe that schools tend to kill their ally, the curiosity. I will show you this little slide I found recently. This is the amount, there it is. This is the amount of questions per day children ask. I don't know exactly where this figure comes from. I think from Norway, so they just counted. Kids, until they're 5, they ask 65 questions a day, and then it goes down to 41. And then it goes down, 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 down. And at a certain point, we just stop asking questions. I don't know why the blue arrow goes up again. Maybe because we forget, so we ask again. And I found this other figure. Students were asked in the US, how much do you like to go to school? And I think it's a very scary figure, because it says, in primary, all the kids say, I love to go to school. Second year, I love to go to school. Third year, it goes down, 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 down. Then comes puberty for sure. Nobody wants to go to school. I have the same figures from Germany. I think this is by accident. We know the scale doesn't work together. But, you know, like, maybe it has something to do. Maybe it has something to do. The less I'm asked, the less, and I think the chance to ask questions is related to the space you give for curiosity. So maybe there's a relationship, I don't know. I want to tell you that I'm not judgmental. I'm not judgmental in the sense that I say, how can you do this to children? You're head teachers. Shouldn't you make sure that this wonderful power should grow in your schools? I believe we all have good reasons to suppress curiosity, because what do we want in schools? What are we asked when we talk to higher administrative levels? We want to have smooth processes. We want to have plannable learning outcomes. We want to have plans. We have plans, and we have to fulfill them. We have to fulfill them. For sure, the more I press an educational system into schemes, into routines, the more I want to make it plannable. 45 minutes a lesson, 6 hours a day, 220 days in school, semester system, all this, different subjects, all this it makes sense. It makes sense to take care of, in Thailand, 7.58 million students. But Ken spoke about the pace of change. So if we want to prepare children for an unknown world, maybe you will not be able to make them the best communicators and the best critical thinkers and the best collaborators. But at least maybe you can give them, maybe give them one thing. Try to keep their curiosity up. Because I believe, with curiosity, everything will be easier in an unknown future. As long as I am curious, I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to learn in a faster moving, changing world. And I think curiosity is something you know very well. So maybe you will ask me now, okay, this is now very smart. Thank you very much for telling me that curiosity is so helpful. So how shall we do this? How shall we do this? I'm quite happy that Kun Tawan only gave me 15 minutes, so I won't have time to elaborate this in detail. I think the answer is a lot of things you saw today relate to curiosity. I think there are many, many smaller and bigger things you can adapt in your own schools to foster curiosity, I believe. If you really ask me, okay, what should we look at? What should we look at to foster it? Maybe I would say I would add every collective procedure. If you want to make curiosity a collective procedure, a plannable procedure, you will kill it. I think curiosity and individuality are a couple. I'm interested in things maybe you're not. Child A wants to do things child B doesn't want. So trying to make it collective and plannable is a problem. So maybe you will find little enclaves in your schools where children can find their own curiosity. And maybe you can adapt things Ken Kay said today, or many others said today, to tap into this resource. And then I'm pretty sure you will put in the hearts, or put back in the hearts, or keep in the hearts of the children you take care of something we in Germany called, can we remember? Neugier. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. David Klett, for a very interesting...
I'm sorry. Can I share something with you at the end? It's only 2 minutes. I was, who knows Bruce Willis? Raise your hand. Bruce Willis, American actor. You will see him in a second. There is this film called Die Hard. And I recently met a teacher in Germany. And I interviewed him about curiosity, like, how do you tap into curiosity? And he says, I ask my students to watch blockbuster movies with me they like. And then we go through them and find math and physics problems in these videos. And then we solve them. And we try to find out if the things are possible or not. And I asked him, can you give me some examples? And he sent me a lot of videos from Star Wars and Kevin Alone at Home. And then he showed me this one from Die Hard. Die Hard #1 with Bruce Willis. And then I remembered myself when I was a child, when I was a young child, I asked myself, is that possible? What they did? And I want to share this with you at the end. I want to share this with you. And could you lower the light a little bit because it's a little bit dark? So there is no sound, I'm sorry, but maybe I can help you a little bit what's happening here. So this is a very bad man. He's a very bad man. He talks to find Bruce Willis, to kill Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis is running away, as you know. He's not in good shape. He's not in good shape. Oh my God, what is he doing there? So this bad man talks into his walkie-talkie, so they should go after him and eat him alive. And so Bruce Willis does something very stupid. Very stupid. In this very moment, he says, oh my God, he says, oh my God. Oh my God, what shall I do? So he has to get away from these guys. He has to get away from these guys. So what does he do there? Can you see this? Oh, it's very dark. But you can see, like, he's in the elevator. He's in the elevator. He wants to get away. He wants to get away, and he has this strange pistol. And he uses his belt, you know. Bruce Willis is often in elevators, if you look in the other videos. So the bad guys say, be careful, don't shoot around. But these guys, no, we're going to get him. No, we don't need sound. It's okay. I will do this. So now Bruce Willis tries to get over there. He tries to get over there to take the next step. And the bad guy is going after him. Actually, I think this is a German, by the way. So they want to get to Bruce Willis. And now he does something very stupid. It's very stupid. Oh my God, it's very dangerous. This guy wants to kill him. So Bruce has to do something very strange. And now you know this would happen. And look at this. He fell 14 meters. He fell 14 meters, we suggested. And then he could just, hold like this, He could hold like this 14 meters. So we tried this at kids, when we were kids in in the sports hall, you know, we let ourselves fall, you know, like 3 meters and hold ourselves. But we couldn't. So we couldn't. So are you curious? Is this possible? We can calculate the counterforce he needs in his arms so that he can hold himself after falling 14 meters. I think it's a good question. We can calculate this if we do the math. You could try. You can estimate, like Bruce Willis, 90 kilograms. He falls 14 meters. He has to stop immediately. What is the counterforce in his arms to hold himself? Do the math yourself. I assume you're a lot of math teachers here. If you can't, write me an email, and I will give you the answer. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.